My fellow Sierra Leoneans, I speak to you on this 62nd Independence Day, first and foremost as your compatriot, a fellow child of Mama Salome, and a fellow member of the large, diverse family that is our beloved nation. Our diversity is our strength. It is what makes us a vibrant community. Our country is a richer ocean due to the many rivers flowing into her. We should all be proud of our diversity of ethnicities, cultures, religions, and political views that coexist daily in this land. We should all remain vigilant and ready to stand against those who seek to divide us and manipulate our diversity to serve their interests. I speak to you today as your fellow citizen who has sworn an oath to be on the front line to stand against elements that seek to disrupt the peaceful coexistence of our communities. The opportunity to address you today on our Independence Day for the 5th time in my capacity as the elected president of this republic is a great privilege. Addressing the nation on Independence Day also brings with it a certain responsibility. More than any other statements, a presidential speech on this day is a connection with the past and the future. Any anniversary, even our personal ones, such as birthdays and wedding anniversaries, is an occasion of reflection. Reflection on the journey traveled, reflection on the lessons learned, reflections on the opportunities to be seized, reflections on the road ahead and dreams to be achieved. On Tuesday, 25th April, in my last address to Parliament, on the occasion of the dissolution of the 5th Parliament of the Second Republic, I highlighted in detail the concrete successes of my SLPP administration since I was elected president in 2018. Today, I'd like to speak more thematically, echoing history, reflecting on where we are after 62 years of independence, and throwing the spotlight on the pathway to a future that I'm sure we all desire for ourselves, our children, and future generations. Peace, unity, and progress are my chosen themes. I certainly could have selected others. However, these three are the fulcrum upon which great nations grow and thrive. It also speaks to our national needs and aspirations. Peace. Fellow Sierra Leoneans, serving our nation as the head of state, Grand Commander of the Order of the Republic, and Commander-in-Chief of our armed forces is a responsibility I do not take lightly. When I assumed this office 5 years ago, I affirmed my commitment to serve as president for all Sierra Leoneans. Fellow citizens, I reaffirm that pledge today. We have only one country, Sierra Leone, and we are all one people. In that spirit, I led a government that has promoted national unity, cohesion, and disciplined leadership. I've done so in the best interest of all Sierra Leoneans. The most fundamental principle of peace is respect for diversity. Continued peace is the fundamental condition for our successful coexistence as one people. However, peace cannot be decreed. It can only be achieved by ongoing and collective hard work. Peace does not lie among the white sands of our beautiful beaches. Peace instead must be worked at daily. Often, we have to take very strong actions to protect and ensure it. We are again at a critical juncture that requires our collective action to preserve peace. We must take a stand actively against those, and they are in small minority, that are bent on disrupting our peace with violence. The stand we take on this now will determine our future. We must stand strong. We must stand united. Let Independence Day be a day in which we can always celebrate enduring peace across our land and extend to our fellow citizens greetings, signs, and gestures of peace. Unity. Along with peace, we must continually invest our energy in promoting unity. Let us remain ever mindful of the heartfelt appeal by our illustrious founding father, Sir Milton Magai, in his message on our first Independence Day on 27th April 1961. I quote, "I ask you to deal fairly and honestly with your fellow men, to discourage lawlessness, and to strive actively for peace, friendship, and unity in our country." End of quote. Fellow citizens, together we are stronger. Let us honor our national pledge daily and work for Sierra Leone's unity, peace, freedom, and prosperity. When we work together in the national interest, we can do great things and make significant progress. Over the last 5 years, we have shown that so much can be achieved through unity as we pushed through Parliament bipartisan programs to advance progress in our country. As President, I'm pleased that politicians from different divides were able to show our countrymen and women, the electorate, unity around several necessary actions to promote meaningful change in the long-term interest of the nation. Over 75 laws were repealed, amended, and enacted by my government, working closely with Parliament. The passing of the Gender Equality and Women's Empowerment Bill is historic. With an improved gender balance in the next Parliament, the political environment will change significantly by giving women more voice and agency at the highest level of national politics. That too is unity in action. We showed our unity when we came together as one people to form a united front in response to the threat of COVID-19 pandemic. The impact of the pandemic has certainly been devastating on lives and livelihood across our nation. I remain concerned by the enduring effects. However, I'm also touched by our unity in standing together when faced with another serious health emergency. In pursuit of a united Sierra Leone, my government also convened Bintumani III to discuss how we could heal this nation. The Independent Commission for Peace and National Cohesion has since been established. On this 62nd Independence Day, I'm pleased to know that religious and sectarian tolerance is at an all-time high in our motherland. I know this directly from my visits to almost all the 190 chiefdoms of this country. I recently was in Fuendu town, Peri Chiefdom in Pujong district, the first president to do so since independence. Everywhere I travel, I hear the same demands. Our people want peace. Our people want an opportunity for all. Our people wish to progress. These demands resonate with me and my government. They are the very reasons we heeded the call to serve. They are why we continue to serve and are seeking a renewal of the mandate given to us 5 years ago. Progress. As we look back and review our nation's journey from the first Independence Day message of Sir Martin Magai until today, we have so much to be thankful for. Our nation has seen peaks and it has seen lows. We have experienced the brightest of days and endured the darkest of nights. Over the last 6 decades, Sierra Leone has also grown demographically. We are now more than double the size of the population that Sir Martin addressed. This growth must be harnessed effectively to ensure a demographic dividend. Sierra Leone's greatest wealth lies in its people and human resources. As president, I have made developing our human capital through education my government's primary focus. That is what real progress must look like in our nation. As I highlighted in my address to Parliament on the 25th of April, the positive indicators are there to see in numerous sectors. Under my leadership, Sierra Leone has made significant progress over the last 5 years. Transforming education and healthcare, developing infrastructure, fighting corruption and promoting democracy and freedom of expression. All this development progress has laid a solid foundation for the future. The journey has been challenging. However, despite a tough international economic environment and the enduring socio-economic impact of a global pandemic, fertile seeds have been planted for future prosperity of the nation. These seeds of progress must now be nurtured with continued dedication in a peaceful environment involving the talents of all Sierra Leoneans. Within that context, I look forward to the forthcoming elections and the opportunity to be given a new mandate to serve our beloved nation again for a second term as president. My dear Sierra Leoneans, we still have so much work. We have only one country. We are one people. As we mark this year's Independence Day, I look to the future with optimism, knowing that though the journey may be long, tough, and tortuous, sustainable prosperity for all is in sight. Let us continue to work actively to enhance peace and unity and promote progress in the sustainable transformation of our motherland. Since 1961, progress in our motherland has been forged by the inspiration, pain, sacrifice, and hard work of committed women and men across this nation. Similarly, our future progress is forged by our noble patriots' actions today and by all talking and doing what is right. Independence Day is not only about celebrating freedom from colonialism. It is also an occasion to celebrate our diversity, peace, and the democratic values and ties that bind us together as a united, sovereign nation. It is about reminding ourselves that we each have a duty of care to this nation, a duty to uphold our peace and security, and a duty to nurture and deepen our democracy. We each also have a duty to respect the rule of law and our civic responsibilities, and a duty to contribute selflessly to building an inclusive and sustainable future for all Sierra Leoneans. The future of Sierra Leone is all of us.